How you guys doing? Alex coming at you. Today I wanted to bring you a video on the ZR1 real quick because it's been a while since I've given you an update. To be honest with you, I've just been enjoying the vehicle. Like, it hasn't been anything that has, you know, been an issue. So I haven't really given you guys an update, but there are plans in the works to get you more content on it. It's just a matter of planning it out so it makes the most sense for the channel. I could just add a cam, heads, ported blower, and just blow it out of the water and make 1,000 or high 900s or 800, and I don't think that'll serve a purpose. Right now it's making about 600 rear wheel horsepower, and I've just been enjoying the hell out of it. It's just been a great weekend car, but there are some things that it needs right now, and I wanted to kind of give you guys an outline of how it currently drives, what I need currently, and updated 60 to 130 stuff, and you'll see why I need to do something non-power related in order to get a better 60 foot time. Sorry, a better 60 to 130 time. So check it out. So right now, obviously, you guys know this is it. The ZR1 does not have a name. I don't name cars anymore. I used to. I don't know. It's just the ZR1. So there's nothing really to talk about except the fact that it's 50,000 miles ZR1. Bought it mid-summer last year. Been an awesome car. Drove it 1,500 miles. Haven't had an issue. I've since upgraded the pulley. I've upgraded the, boy, that's it, really. The pulley, the headers, injectors, FIC 1440s, and a tune to accommodate those things. But power mods, I would say the headers and the pulley is the only thing. Now, the issue I'm having right now is grip. That's right, grip. Now, a lot of you would say, what are you talking about, Alex? This thing comes with a 325 from the factory. And I'm sorry, a 335 from the factory. But as many of you know, that matters zero, especially if the tread wear isn't like a 200 or lower number tread wear. I don't care how wide of a tire you have, you're not gripping if the compound is not a sticky compound. I see guys all the time say, oh, I got the meats, and it's like a 275 60/15, but it's like a 400 tread wear tire, and I'm like, dude, that doesn't matter. I don't care how wide it is. If it's not a sticky compound, you're not going anywhere. You're literally going nowhere. So I thought to myself, okay, it's time to upgrade the meats on it. Now, I have a couple of options. I could just upgrade these, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really want to mess this combination up. The tires are fine. This thing cruises. It's great. It's quiet. So I think I'm just going to buy a complete new set of wheels and tires for it. Nothing that breaks the bank. Obviously, it's going to be a set that is going to have sticky or rubber front and rear, but mostly to concentrate on the 60 to 130 aspect of the vehicle. So I'll show you those later on, or at least what I'm planning on putting on. I haven't really bought the tires yet. I'm pretty dead set on a certain tire, but we'll talk about it later on. But I want to show you what a 600 rear wheel horsepower ZR1 generally drives like, so you're aware of what's going on. So I don't think I've given you this point of view yet with the car, and I don't want to stick anything on my head. But for those of you that know, I installed a AEM wideband, and I kind of just monitor that. I don't stare it down or anything like that to see what the car is running. I just, when I go watt, I peek over real quick, and if it's in the low 12s, high 11s, I'm pretty happy. But generally, this is it. It does have a check engine light for PO 420, 430 cat inefficiency codes because of the high flow cat, super duper high flow cats, and that's it really. And it's got a Magnaflow. It's got a Borla D Sport, like nothing crazy, no extreme, no blow my ass, nothing to that effect. So let's go take it for a ride, give you a bit of a video getting the sights and sounds, and I'll show you what a second gear hit on this thing feels like, sounds like, because grip is not a thing anymore, even at only 600 rear wheel horsepower, even though it has really decent rubber out back. Alright, well, the other camera is not really easy to mount, so I'll ride out with the phone for now. The phone is the OG, so just kind of giving you a perspective as to what it's like to drive a mostly sights and sounds. So 600 rear wheel horsepower in a 3,200-pound car, it's pretty serious. If you're not really aware of what that power to weight ratio is, I mean, just drive a 600 horsepower Coyote car. It feels pretty quick, doesn't it? It feels like it gets going. And imagine you take 400 to 500 pounds off of that, and you're like, oh, this is serious. Now, second gear, I got to be ginger with it because I think the synchro is starting to complain. So if I go into gear too quickly, it's an issue. So it is actually chilly outside. I'm going to put this window on. It's actually a little chilly out today for Florida standards, probably in the low 70s, and that's really going to make the car feel really, really good. So I'll do like a little driving. I'll shut up and just kind of get you a general sense of what it's like. Second gear from a 40. So if I want to do a 60 to 130, well, it's pretty difficult because the car is making enough torque. It makes 600 pound-feet of torque at pretty low RPMs. So that size tire and tread wear number is just not conducive to have good 60 to 130, because you have to really get going to get up to that 60 mark, slamming in third and carry that momentum to the next gear. This car has gone 6.8, 60 to 130. Not blazing fast, but fast enough to make you go, it's pretty serious for what it has. Second gear, nice and easy. There you go. So I want to see if I can get a lighter wheel, 4 wheels, not just rears only, and see if I can get some grip to optimize this car to be what it's intended to be. Something I drive often, and that I would get into a roll with. I wouldn't really get into you don't really come across a lot of dig races on the street. It's almost like unheard of. Unless you live in like a small town somewhere Okay, so back home. So I'm going to show you the wheels that I'm going to go ahead and install on the Corvette. I got the wheels last week or so, but obviously if you watch the show, you pretty much are aware of what wheels I'm going to go with. Sorry about all the, I got a bunch of crap. It literally became my table, and that's the problem with having like too much crap. Like everything becomes a table. Okay, so I went with 19-inch instead of a, because Corvettes come 20 in the rear, 19 in the front. So I went with 19 all the way around, but what I ended up doing, I did 19 by 12 in the rear and 19 by 10 in the front. And if you pay attention to the show, that's right, Forgestar CF10 is the wheel I went with. Now a lot of you, but why didn't you go with the F14, or why didn't you go with Apex, or why didn't you go with Forgestar? Actually, no, I'm sorry, Forged Line. Simple. I have a relationship with Forgestar. I used to run their F14 setup, if I'm not mistaken, and I hate to be this guy, but I kind of was the first to have an F14 drag setup. Everyone said it sucked, everyone said it looked like crap, then all of a sudden everybody was running it. So I wanted to get a lighter wheel that was, you know, still pretty robust. I'm not going to lift it up and put it against the car, but what I'll do is show you a C6 Corvette with these wheels installed. It is on the website. Now I hit up DNA High Performance because I do take care of my sponsors. I bought the wheels through them. I didn't ask for some buddy deal. If they were nice enough to discount it, that's cool, but that's not something I was looking for specifically. So yeah, that's what I'm going to run. And the tire I'm going to run is going to be an R888, I believe a 345 30 19 or 345 35 19. I'll put up the tire that I have saved in my browser up on the site real quick. So there you go. Hopefully the grip will be the next mod for the car, a lighter wheel with grip, and we'll go out there. Hopefully, today was a nice day. Today was probably in the low 70s. That's not cold here. Actually, that is cold here. A lot of you guys live in the Northeast. You do 60 to 130 times in the 50s. We get about 2 days of that all year down here in Florida. So it's difficult to test apples to apples with guys that live in the North or in California or in Michigan, when down here we're above 70 most of the time. So hopefully you guys like the update. Ran 690 with the car, 60 to 130, sights and sounds. Check out the new Forgestar wheels that are going to go with it, and then hopefully I'll get some tires for it late next week, get them installed, do another 60 to 130, and see if there's any improvement with that setup at all. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I appreciate you guys hanging out for the update. Talk to you guys later.